Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Peter DaSilva, and I'm going to bring you a very innovative product, one that was called Ambitious by the CEO of Medtronic, and that is of a total implantable artificial heart. We all know that heart disease is the #1 killer in people around the world. In fact, in this country itself, 7 million new cases of heart disease get diagnosed each year. 7 million. Of those, many people go on to medications as time goes on. Some may get a stent, some may get a coronary bypass, some may get a valve, some may even get an LVAD, a left ventricular assist device. But eventually, when everything fails, the only thing that will save these people's lives is a heart transplant. That number in the United States is about 100,000 patients who are eligible for a heart transplant on an annual basis. 100,000. The sad fact is that in the year 2016, only 2,400 donor hearts were available for transplant. The rest of these patients got progressively sicker and sicker and eventually died from their disease. The reason is there isn't a great mechanical device that can fill the space. There is one mechanical device, and it's the only device approved in the United States that was approved 15 years ago, and that's called the Syncardia. That heart, ladies and gentlemen, in the words of one of my colleagues here, looks like as the person is like a rocket man because they have to wear this battery backpack that weighs 17 pounds on their back. It has wires that come through the chest cavity to the heart. It is very loud to the point where the person almost has to wear noise-canceling headphones. And it is only a bridge to transplant. In other words, it's only meant for short-term therapy. If they don't get a real heart, eventually they'll still succumb to the disease and die from that. We at California Cardiac Solutions have come up with something totally revolutionary. Our heart is small enough to fit into both men and women. It has multiple redundancies, backup systems within it. It is made of biocompatible materials that is FDA approved. It is completely internal. So let me mention again, the processor, the batteries, and the heart, all completely internal. No wires that comes with the human body. And as such, does not restrict the patient's activity in any way. We hope our patient will be able to walk, run, jog, hike, bike, swim, possibly even dive. The company we founded a little less than a year ago, in March of last year. Since then, we've been fortunate enough to collect $850,000 in equity from founders, friends, and family. This money has been hard at work in research and development, in forming the company, legal, et cetera. We are about to begin bench testing of our prototype in the next month to come. And thereafter, we want to progress to animal studies and show our proof of concept. That's what we're looking for, is proof of concept. And we did receive the patent on this product in the year 2016. Our team is made up of myself. I am a board-certified physician of 31 years. In my early years, I worked in the operating rooms of Dr. Michael DeBakey. I don't know if many of you know of him. He is the pioneer, the world pioneer of the coronary bypass surgery. He's the one who invented the heart-lung machine. And I used to work in his operating rooms at a very early age. Subsequent to that, I worked in the offices of Dr. Denton Cooley. That is his protege at the Texas Heart Institute. So I had a lot of exposure to heart and heart surgery in my formative years. My partner and founder is Steve Smith, who is a seance when it comes to pumps. He has 14 patents to his name in pump technology, and he works tirelessly to make this product come to fruition. Mr. Ken Hubbard is our CFO. He'll be speaking later today as Capstack, and he specializes in taking early companies like ours to exit in the shortest time possible. We have industry influencers, namely Dr. Mark Cunningham, who is a transplant surgeon at USC, and he's been a liaison in the surgical field, allowing us to develop our prototype in the best way possible and make it very easily implantable in the human body. Dr. Joe Ruggio, who many of you may know in local circles, who is head of Pacific Cardiovascular Associates here in Orange County and has 25 cardiologists under his name, has also been our consultant on the cardiovascular aspects. And finally, we have an MRO, Medical Research Organization, namely NAMSA, represented by Leilani here, who also specializes in taking startups like us to exit in the shortest time possible, and they are basically our FDA consultants. The market is huge. We're talking about 100,000 patients in the United States. How about another 100,000 in Europe? And the estimates are another 100,000 in the rest of Asia, Australia, and the Middle East. So we're talking about a total global market of 300,000 patients needing a total heart on an annual basis. At a conservative cost estimate of $100,000 per heart, that's a $10 billion valuation here in the United States itself. We have channel influencers, namely GPOs and IDNs that help transition our product into the hospitals who are the end users. And there are 109 hospitals in this space. These hospitals are transplant ready as of today. They're already doing human transplants, and it's not a far pitch to bring our heart in and implant that instead of a real heart. Our go-to-market strategy, first, is to develop a prototype. That should be ready within the next month. Second is to develop our bench testing. Bench testing will initially occur with fluids, then we'll use animal blood, then we'll use human blood. With that, we have bench test proof of concept. We will then approach the FDA and obtain permission to initiate animal studies. We hope by early spring of next year that we will have concluded animal studies, and with that, we have proof of concept, at which time we will engage merger and acquisition activity and upload our proof of concept into an existing company already in that space. Our business goal is a direct acquisition. Again, we were talking about a big company already in that space. Many of you know the names of Edwards Life Sciences here in Orange County, Abbott, Medtronic, Johnson & Johnson, Siemens, GE, a lot of different companies that are already in the space. Competitive analysis, we've talked about this in cardia. Our real competition is the Bivacor, but really there's room for another 5 of these in the market. The Bivacor has many of our features and is currently in clinical research, but they have only one motor. We have multiple redundancies. Financial projections, in the year 2017, we spent $600,000 on R&D. 2018 is going to be an expensive year with animal studies, prototypes, FDA consulting. 2019, we're going to be spending on merger and acquisition. We think our total cost is going to be $6.1 million. And so our raise is $7 million in equity and convertible notes. We will raise future funding as needed by the board. And we expect to exit after clinical studies. We are not looking to make this product. We want to be able to upload our proof of concept into an existing company and exit at that point. In summary, we have a niche product. We have an underserved market, global demand. We have a proven process with the FDA. We have the IP on the product, flexible exit strategy, future roadmap with several patents in play. Ladies and gentlemen, this is an impact investment. Your investment in CCS will not only help save lives, but will be a total game changer in the field of cardiovascular medicine. Thank you for listening.